Hello, people. I'm Ibrahim. Today is September 24th, 2022. Today is September 24th, 2022. 6 days left. September the dawn. We say for the weather in America and around it, around up so now the summer almost done the dawn. We don't begin enter the fall season. We're officially in a winter. The can come so place they begin cold. So of course I'm not going for able for the spend time that do again in the outdoors. And then definitely I get for kick up the live sessions them every time where I get chance. Because when I know say there's a lot of work we'll get for do for educate the population, educate the inform the international community more or less. Because I don't want to say educate them. Then we just need for point their attention to certain things. Like Ambassador David Reimer, Lisa Chesney. We just need for point their attention to some of the issues. Una the people, of course, a lot of una, civic education. Again, the same thing, informing una know exactly what's they happen because so thinking they una know exactly what's they happen when they inside the country. And we can able for come and point and things then they out. But today what you have for the phone, it's a beautiful Saturday morning. Um I'm about to get some work going, but I say before I begin do any work, let's do this audio and the things that I want to talk about, they're not strange because Comrade Koita and Cashbox, People's Power, people like the Lioness, you know, um, a lot of people, I don't hear a lot of perspective. They don't talk on these things. And that's what the first they will talk on them. Unfortunately, the problem will get Nasa alone. Who don't realize is that, I mean, those nine, they tease me like I want to sneeze. Sneeze not the common. I know I had time. We make like say you want to sneeze, but you know you sneeze. But anyway, so a lot of these things, Latino don't they talk again and again, but sometimes, not all man can get the message. And when I know say once you don't understand about social media, some man yesterday I begin listening social media. So take the time it or forget the chance it for let go back and revisit, get a history check, right? And I know say history very important to your life. Or always go back and see because a lot of people when they talk today, most of them can come for talk about me or talk against me. These are people who will not even study me history properly. And even within the SLPP as a party, some man not even know how long we don't come out, how far we don't come out. All the challenges them, the democratic role we don't play when it comes to, since 2018, more or less, better part of 2018 where like me get involved in the politics and Sierra Leone. So a lot of these people don't know who side don't come out. So some even the SL people they can't talk, the SLPP people them they can't talk blah 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 blah. So I can just look them and say, yeah. But what's not the problem we get now because their allegiance and their loyalty not to them political party and then tribe. So as you talk, what you then see that in political party, then see them tribe, then they see Salone as the bigger picture. And I'm very sad for no say that same thing they did inside the APC because I mean at the one man this way I they touch on certain issues the way but couples you know get mind talk about. So we can't to tribalism. I mean this we don't try for expose these governments. Ask the parliament, ask the members of the international community. We they ask for an ethnic audit. We want for them do an ethnic audit. Remember where Dr. Samura Kamara point them out clearly say these days now where you go for go work. If you not talk about you said the names any give work. And then they happen at the country. We see where them come, then fire, sack people them. So I can't touch on few issues no more, for break and down phone real quick, and they will take them from there. But I'm very sad, say, I'm not happy and I'm not glad for no say within the APC party, we get the same people and we that political party no one they think about, and follow certain people them. Not even the political party, because a lot of them don't even think APC, but a lot of them is about their allegiance to certain people within the party when I'm bad, so that's need to happen. And enough for Biso, we get for just look at the truth and point it out and say, you know what's it? Because like we all know be Sabi Dr. Samura Kamara back in 2018. And I never talked for APC back in the elections because we all want change. When I all know say that kind of support. And so I know we know nothing but Dr. Samura Kamara. Like I want to say no be know anything but I say, it's in kind of like this man not come to United Nations, he gets all this prestige, and a man this way don't do that the international stage for a very long time. This man, to God in this day, if he reach na salon politics, I don't know better. That's how we feel, no? So, but they like it today, we all know. So, but the fact of the matter remains, you see, salon people, we have to be, you know, um, with loyalty for the to country. And until now, all think that way, when I go see you, say, me, they come out. Me loyalty in order to not pass into political party, in order to me section or me ethnic group or me region where I come out. Just like how we all, I look like somebody like Comricoita is an APC person. The Comricoita don't carry England. I can see don't suffer himself, he don't mind anything, what happy. The APC can have power, I go back suffer. He get access to most of the people when at the top guns them within the APC party. But look all land is a continue for sacrifice. Cash box then in London. He said, hey, he can sit up, suffer the same body, let's salon business, they didn't try it. When I see now, my man, I passed away so almost 3 years ago, and they for going to the country because the SLPP they go ostracize people and they arrest people and lock them up because they say you talk. We all know how former President Nkrumah in a democratic space, we're not for big for that again, we're not for big for low, we for talk freely. We don't pass that level day inside these 20 years. Then what would depend? No, so all go agree say nobody not for talk again at this particular time. Now the world where they live in so now then go all and because they talk. We don't pass that side here. Not to that for the talk about. No, so for the talk about now let's say begin build airplane them. Let's begin build motor car. No, so but when I can see the SLPP reverse we back go to 1940, the Adolf Hitler days, right? So it's sad. You take with brother people's power, these are the country where they sacrifice. You know, they do what you for do for sensitize, educate now. Now in democratic rights, now in civil liberty, now in political right, it is protected by the Constitution. Section 25, subsection 1 says you have the protections to your freedoms of expression and the media. Nobody shall hinder you in the enjoyment of those freedoms. Nobody not for bug you where they enjoy that freedom. You protected. The Constitution protect you. So when we talk about parliament, we want to understand, say, now parliament's got the responsibility for make sure say you guys are protected. If parliament not stand up and make sure say when Salon post into map talk, then touch her. The member of parliament, the leaders of the opposition of parliament, they for go crazy. Because waiting, it is the constitution that we Bible. Like how you get your Quran, like how you get the Bible. So the constitution are the big book of Sierra Leone. So anybody will get authority within a parliament, the leaders them, especially of the opposition. We talk about Cherikoko, we talk about Kandi Yimkela. Now therefore protect you now where you stand up, you speak up, you for able to be protected. Same thing. Section 26, subsection 1, it says you have the protections to your freedoms of assembly and association. So I can't talk about that in this small back today. Because of course, like I say, a lot of people don't talk their own, a lot of perspectives, a lot of views, and we're not a vex by them. No, so we go for take time for enlightening certain people. So one boku question why don't you read it? Say, Ibrahim, you protest against an Nkrumah. So you protest against former President Nkrumah. You for protest against Marabio. And that is true. That is a good point. Absolutely. Because what is good for the goose is good for the gander. But I tell you, I'll break a few things down. First of all, there's a lot of Boku talk and some don't mix with lie in a way. I need for clear from the horse's mouth. Right? First of all, I don't ever protest against former President Nkrumah for in 10 years of presidency. Matter of fact, I don't really pay attention to salon politics. I remember, I think, say shortly before I left, I vote in that 2007 elections day for former President Nkrumah because I left Salon November 2007. I vote for former President Nkrumah in 2007 before I left. You know what I mean? No, the election was 2008, right? 2008, okay. I get the dates then confused, but whatever it was, I remember saying, I registered, at least I gave me a registration card for the elections. So there was 2002, 2007, 2007, I'm President Nkrumah kind of power, yes, because 2008, American, Obama become president. So yeah, I remember all of that. But yeah, so 2007, before I left November, for America, I voted for former President Nkrumah. I know that other conversation, and there are a lot of people. Ibrahim, I want to vote for that country. I don't vote at 2 elections in Sierra Leone, and I left Salon where I was over 26 or 27, I think. But anyways, a lot of people visit America, but I don't want America. When I grew up, my grandpa, one thing that they were crediting for. I be like for listening to BBC bad, but the time I be listening to BBC, I be small. Even before, I talk about like me primary school days, right? I be like radio business. I like radio. I often listen news. but nobody understand the English fine. The British accents when they do the focus on Africa. Network. That morning they get the morning show back. Whatever they do, I will like that morning show in the BBC. But anyways, I don't want to go into all of that. My grandpa and buy radio for me. Same before that for live before listen and get all into it. But again, let's go back to former President Nkrumah in the protest, right? The fact of the matter remains, in 10 years of former President Nkrumah, I never protest against the APC. And like I said, I don't even pay attention to politics and Sierra Leone and right? I be what kind of this country, of course, I be trying to get myself together and everything. Yes, I be the CEF after what they happen. But if anything, the one thing with the APC know they do, now for able for reach win at its part of the world effectively, and then I don't think say what's up it also big bad one, but the information will be the flow because with everything we former President Nkrumah do within 10 years, and let me tell you this, we still get a long way to go. We matter before can complete because Sierra Leone for be electrified all over the country. We're not for electricity, lights not for be gently again, right? Thing like a water for coming inside we also there, not for be gently again, not for be in a luxury, those basic, those little things, electricity, water, then two things a day, enough for be a problem today. But we know say we don't get a river war. Things were difficult at the country. Tijan Kaban and come the SLPP. Come on, thief. Internet they are small and not to get, but I don't say then thief. We take them Naxa all inside the kind of money we can in that country. But all left handed. So for 10 years of former President Nkrumah government, I was never involved in salon politics per se, So I never protest against former President Nkrumah when we will talk about that day. I want to get them very clear. And this audio will save them for time to come because this will be the last time we will talk about that today. And I don't think so. I can forget him for that nonsense there anymore. But in 10 years of the APC, I never protest against APC. As a matter of fact, I wish I'd be able to know then telling the kind of things that we former President Nkrumah really do. Like the roads that we make now the South completely, the fact that if they even provide, food and medication for pregnant and suckling mothers them, now cottage hospital, and they feed them. They don't be even left the hospital for go fencing for it. They provide through in healthcare package where we get, now the continent and I wish I've been all in because I'm from propagator. Because let's tell you something. Former President Nkrumah, I grew up as a small boy. We the minute they send when they keep company, they send me, I go buy drinks for them, water and this and that. I can't get them. So these are people where, if anything, I adore them. I respect them. I respect former President Nkrumah, because they only me that did them, age mate and all that stuff there. But I'm not going to all that, not necessary. Because again, if I say so, it means say I say all this now I don't understand. Say me how we think, especially when you don't come, you don't read the constitution small. Say you people deserve more, right? So but for 10 years I not protest against former President Nkrumah. The time I protest now, can they Yumkela protest for? After the first rounds of the election in 2018. That's the APC not even in the power again. No, so 2018 March or so. Now we protest after the first rounds, where they say NGC not going to the second rounds. Now that's when they are protest. Now that's when the NGC people. Now they organize. So this not for itself. Then begin make a hypocrite for saying a group of Sierra Leoneans where they look at the APC party, where instead of the APC party self there, then for come together and put a formidable force together for go protest at the United Nations. That's APC. Not what you for hide, not for be secret, right? But the NGC as a political party, as small as NGC was, and that is the beauty of the NGC party, even though I would never go back to NGC again, given what you don't see so now. But I can tell you, say the NGC people, that small set way still the day. Until they left that party, they are very dedicated, and those are the kinds of people I like in my life. So if they're dedicated, we say no, NGC for dinner the third rounds of this election, Now the reason that we go protest, say NGC should be a part of the second round, of the runoff. And then they make a go protest. So then turn it from President Nkrumah even in a power again. Because election time we get what they call lame duck. No, so that's the President Nkrumah he just didn't want to the position. Because that's the Samra Kamara safe nine contest. No, so our identity are very clear. And I talk safful because I want to talk Creole. And I want to put no English word inside it. I want everybody understand. So to everybody will say, hey, Ibrahim, you protest against former President Nkrumah. I not protest against Ares Nkrumah. And also go protest na DC. DC na District of Columbia. District of Columbia, that time they also have it for drive go there. It's less than 30 to 40 minutes. I don't reach there. So DC in front of the Capitol, in front of the Parliament, that they go gather, that they are protest for the second round, the runoff election again, 2018, for 10 years, and not protest against former President Kuruma. Yeah, we I just want to understand that again in simple terms. In 10 years of former President Kuruma, I not protest, I not write, I not do Facebook Live, I not do nothing. When I know start begin comes na social media, na can the in October, between September and October of 2017. Now I begin come na social media. I begin demand more. I say, can the UK like get the solution? I be see all in project that we be part of. You know, Bankasoka project. We work in collaboration with former President Kuruma, with the Chinese people, them. I see the marine fishes. The same kind of UK, you know. If they try, they do your own, yes. Because we all know that part of the world here, we a lot of people, you know, I know some people don't get the mixed feelings and everything about it, but when I know say me and Mari talk to go. So can you try, but we cancel a parliament to disappoint when, you know, to think it, yes, you could look say what it possible, we don't do back, but especially when you get critical term there like so now, and now we want kind of for really show himself against the SLPP, but unfortunately, we see how it tawapa the APC, but unable for tawapa the SLPP. So, but I just want to, I hope I answer that question when it comes to the protest, right? Now, so you will look at again like I tell now, DC, Usai Day, now like a 30 to 40 minutes at the drive I don't reach it done. New York, matter of fact, the only time I don't go New York now on the training. I don't ever go New York on a civilian status. The only time I don't go New York City now on a training and military training and stuff like that. So I don't even ever, you know, go the New York area for say let alone for come up for go protest. Now, when I say Ibrahim, well, why you not protest now against the SLPP? So that reach that side. Now, SLPP, the things which I don't do first of all, social media outreach, publications, them the newspaper, letters that I don't write, you know, for the 4 years or 5 years of SLPP, the way we are fire SLPP, yeah, if I be fire APC so brah, Lord have mercy. But anyways, for 4 5 years consistently. Actually, we give SLPP 1 whole year. We can't even be first now. So can't even make. When I left them first 1 year, I watch them. So that all first year, the man they watch, you see things they go. Hey, what's it happen now? What's it happen? What's it happen? What's it happen? All right. Now man take charge. Now say no. You know it's in the for we get them back. Love we get beat them. That will wake mother be up. So now so. So why not go protest now? Now answer that question there. The reason why I not go protest now, one, before I even come to ranking structure and this and that, the first one, the time I go protest na DC, internally, and I be there, which I don't know how to go, I don't know call it a salon ranking structure, but I be there like the first 3 levels, now the military, that I knew, the military, and even though the laws then they be there, but it's too strict. Because I even remember, say, one day there was a particular guy with a major after that protest day. He called me, you know, he talked to me, he guided me. He said, hey, Ibrahim, listen. I know calling him now. I say, Ibrahim, you know, say, which you do so that protest, you don't for involved in it. I say, well, I say, how for do, I say, I don't know, say, I know for mixed paramo. He say, you do well enough on social media. I say, not go and protest and stuff. He say, because if anything happened, you will lose your job in the military, you know. And that major day, I know calling him. His name start with W. If you listen to this message, you go know yourself exactly. I go just left and so. So from then and day, I don't know now. Say okay, you know, I be know. Of course, I not be know, but I not be feel say anybody go catch up, anybody go see me, anybody go know, anybody go recognize me. So I take a chance that 10 day for go do am. But even that 10 day, because again I be new to the military, I came for make excuse for say, hey, I not be know, you know, because again I knew, you know, so all right. Now fast forward almost 5 years don't come. Now me rank na the military structure now. Before I can't talk about the insurrection way up in January 6. I just want break and down first. Now 2 reasons I make I not going for protest, right? One, because of you know I did at the military, and second because of the January 6 insurrection. I reached it, right? So now I don't reach now at this level. You know, some people person, you know, fine for the talk about yourself like for say they say self-praise is no recommendation. No so. But so you have for explain certain things that make I take time for explain this. But to go is the one day we sabi about the military, then go tell una say this how what reach so now in the ranking structure. And me not to fake man again, and okalo. People like recruiter go understand it. The man they really listen to this, way this salon go understand. If anybody, let me make it this way, very simple for now. I get two more rank. Now two more rank I for make for reach the topmost rank in America military system. Two line left, two. And the other one, the next one, if I didn't hear it. By next year, I just get some requirements they were for meet up. I for go for some school again, where for do for some course they were for take and everything, and some one degree they were for get back within the military. We say I do and they make the cut for make that next rank day. So after that rank day, now one more left where they make I become a chief. That's if I able because now 1% of the people that will join the military they make that rank day. But by God in power go reach there. No, so because everything are God. So I take the time for explain this. Also, so right now, me rank day. I'm a senior leader. When you look at the administrative structure now of the military, I inside. So of course, that not go permit me again for protest. Even if the January 6th insurrection will be happening, I want to make this very clear. That not for permit me again for go mix man protest. Because what you know, that same mantra day 5 years ago when I be major, I want to believe say something right now. Don't reach something lieutenant colonel or don't make colonel, full barrett colonel when a senior man. Then Iyeri is see me again. They say, look, Ibrahim, they push themselves and they fet and look at the para protest and this in New York, this and that, and kind of stuff. Then if that major they go right to me commander. Then they can ask me for explaining what you know. Say, look, una master sergeant. Look, I'm the under they make rudeness. Who say allegiance they first of all? Where they come out, they go make rudeness, they defecate the United States Air Force. So now the first side and the so now I make another go protest me. Salon people when I not say, but when I not say me not afraid nobody. When I not say I'm scared person. When I want to talk, I talk. When I know that they bo. When I say when I make like was I afraid mother bio. Bo, which I afraid mother bio for? When I go look, when I some of them not on Facebook, some of them not on Twitter. So when I don't understand the fact like a really fact. Now I write letter to President Joe Biden in America. I respond to me letter. I use my office. Now me own protest that day. Then in my own protest, I use my office in my capacity as a senior enlisted leader within the military structure of America. I say I write for my country and my people. Our democracy is backsliding. With democracy, they backslide. They go beyond. I write to President Joe Biden. He respond back to me. Una all a share a letter to una. Una see him. Hey, but what una want the person do for again? What una want the person do for again? But like I say, I really vex. I take time no money out today. When I me one to do this audio, I talk to una, I don't understand. But who don't want to understand again, it left Torah. Because some people in they can say some persons, a lot of people they go to Janka Bitoka, some man get bad. Naturally they get bad. No matter what you do, the bad is inside them blood. So left that side, so. But again, I tell una this, so we're not gonna na WhatsApp forum them when they talk. They wanna get the information from me firsthand. No, so I can tell now exactly from the horse's mouth. No, so now I make a say I do this audio I talk to now. So because of that level, they will be reach down to the military. Matter of fact, now me now for able for guide young airmen them, young folks in the military, I for a capacity now as a leader for educate them, sensitize them, let them understand the rules and regulations of the military. You cannot be in protests in the military. You don't involve in protest. You don't for take sides. You don't for belong to any side. You don't serve the country. You know they serve no political party. You know they serve no affiliations. Nobody they serve now the country, the constitution. And I remember when the General McMillan, after the January 6th insurrection, actually not even the January 6th insurrection, but after he do a speech, but before that, one day when Donald Trump may make you one let go fire protesters that are DC. The man tell and say, man, I took an oath to the Constitution and not to a man. So when I remember all things that happened in this country in America, hey, but now Ibrahim, I don't tell you from last year. I tell you say I need to protest again. But some people they make like for saying afraid, afraid. But when I know say if I charter protest, me when me protest, if I go protest to rudeness. We protest now, structured protest. Anybody who can with rudeness, you come out because now the message now want to pass. The gathering who don't come together alone it's beautiful in itself. But what I want, now the message now for go. So now make I ask again, if anybody get that audio where we do back in that protest day where I do at the Capitol in front of the parliament in America, when I like a 30-40 minutes away from me on also have tap. That audio where I do that interview, where I talk about the Chinese invasion of Sierra Leone and all that stuff. When I pull out audio for me, I want that audio there. But again, the protest we we already talk about so now. Why me not going for go involve again? I not go involve and protest. I tell you from last year, able una self both salon people them. But some people not true to themselves, and that's the problem. They're not true to themselves. Because you touch them politicians elected, they can't talk all kinds of things against you. Where you talk the right thing or they talk within the law. What they talk now within the confines of the constitution, how they talk. Now don't want to hear I tell person say go beat person or go burn us or go kill soldier man. Now don't want to hear I tell person say go burn policeman. No. Because it's a crime if I do that, Andy. I not for do that. Now incitement now, Andy, that is the definition of incitement. But if I tell you say you get a right to protest, you have a right to protest. When they see soldier man in the protest now alone. When they see soldier man in the protest any other side. When they see soldier man in the policeman in the protest now alone. No. Because when you don't join the police force, you don't for take sides. Now make they see soldier man protest now alone. They see soldier man protest policeman protest na salon or any other person we dey within the military structure. Just like I get some Sierra Leone, the way this America, we get they work for CIA, FBI, all inside the institutions, and they will get for do with taking care of secret documents and information and all that stuff. Then they get secret clearance, they get top secret clearance. Some man get polygraph. Any only thing you not go understand. But now the officer who left they work for protest. No, they not go protest, but they get right for talk because now they can't but they not go physically get involved. And even the talk self, na chance that they take, because I know that nobody no go forget me param. Even America, I no go forget me param. And for say Ibrahim, not for talk. No, yeah, I go talk, but I talk within a certain structure. Even America politics, I get involved. So take it that they do video, I talk about the how Biden they do well. Even the support, Bernie Sanders against President Joe Biden for the primary nomination because I like Biden. I like just Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders there for the poor people. I be like a bad one, but like I see, President Biden is the president now. But anyways, so that's not the one reason, right? I don't know the first reason we make any protest because of the military affiliation, right? Secondly, we think can make a worse safe now. The January 6th insurrection with Donald Trump and people and come, then go to the Capitol. That same Capitol, matter of fact, now the Capitol, they will maybe go protest against for low NGC in the second rounds of the elections. Now the Parliament, the Capitol, where the Trump and people and go so and go damage, broke the building and go for hang the vice president. Then they get the gallows outside of the outside gallows outside and they make for hang person throat. The person want kill himself where they make gallows, Then bring gallows outside and say that they can kill Mike Pence. Then they kill the senator and the members of parliament them. So from that insurrection day, even somebody will have tell now, a lady by the name of Babbitt, a lady will be Sabi Babbitt, but we don't left the Air Force now. She even don't retire anyway. We don't left the Air Force, but now they kill inside the Capitol. And the only person they kill actually with a shooter, a former military person. So now see that's the case can one. So because of that, and then a lot of people inside the military. Matter of fact, today the investigations are going. We be there, but we go by the protest. If that protest not be make so, it not be turn violent so, they be no more outside and then, like nothing for happy, nobody know for notice. But that violence will take place when they go inside the building, inside the parliament, then go, then broke people their office, to mock them, then toilet inside some my office, then broke the artwork, then dirty the place, then change, they cause damage, broke window, broke door, all kinds of things. If that did not be happening, like sometimes this not for the military, not for the problem. But when it's they happen, they can't find out that people already at the military now then go cause that havoc they may salon people them. Then they say, hey, sister, I go share with you now, but I don't share with close people them. Some of the correspondence them, the letter them, we go around the military. We get 2 months complete now, stand down. When I for educate and talk about the principles again, the constitution, the rules and regulations, the uniform code of conduct, we call the UCMJ, uniform code of military justice, all them people and they come, lawyers then come, everybody. Matter of fact, I've even did one of the facilitation them, the meeting them, we'll talk about that, then the people and we then get for let go. Some of the young man them, like me, that time I be do that protest, that this is the young one them, we down and they not pull it at the military. Then guide them, coach them, put them through sessions, through educational seminars them. they retain them. But anybody will be the million level now and up. Matter of fact, anybody will make staff sergeant, because you get like a staff sergeant, you get a technical sergeant. From a technical sergeant now the middle tier and they what they call NCOs. Then from there now you jump to the senior NCO level. Usai then also when are from E7, E8, E9. So we on the E7, E8, E9, they one and did it all, they fire them from the military. They lost them benefits them. They've sacked them from the military. All the one they was I sit down at the panel, now with this. I do facilitation. Matter of fact, I even talk about, I even relate the waiting happen so that day to waiting they happen in Africa. When you look at the coups of military getting involved in the politics in that country, all anything and this, so because they be left the way they talk. We all anything and they are able for share them because in a closed environment. So I'm able for share them. I wish I get a video ready for share with you. I don't see what they talk. But anyways, I don't want for not to myself. I want for praise now because some man back he go see just and say Ibrahim, look at make like for say I know they make now I day life now I day, But anyways, so now the reason now they will make military protest and nobody again if you can catch you parade, not problem for you. So I know so Unanawa lost my job, no so. Unanawa sit in America, everything I work for all these years. I lost a one day because of waiting for please. Uda they please, So again, I'm not say I'm not afraid nobody, I'm not scared Marabio, I'm not afraid anything, but the fact of the matter remains. We get law, now law, you get for follow the law. And also, me the teaching all the time, so I get for stay within the laws, and see. All right. So I hope say this explanation on do for una today. I hope say I talk Creole and I talk English. Me at no one when I hear me voice, it kind of settle, easy, so. All right. So I'll be just for me anything declare. But there's something very important I have to touch on because you say Ibrahim, well, come up behind the members of parliament now. Allow reach that side. So God is there any member of parliament to tell you that what they say when I come up behind me. When I just tell and say, let me make sure say the next election I not go for a symbol. Because parliament, you did it for work for the people. They like it today, not to cherry cocoa they go after. You know the position they go after? That the leader of the opposition, now they go after. When the other say when come up behind the parliamentarian them. First of all, one particular member of parliament, they were the filler. Anytime they hit parliament, so they filler for him. Honorable Abukagbo, I like him bad. You speak I like Honorable Abukagbo. Now one of the most genuine person you don't talk to. Honorable Abukagbo, a genuine man, a very real, but no more anybody than came for mix some inside something. So I don't know. But Honorable Abukagbo, the man I get a lot of respect for. I hope he no go change. I hope he go steady. I hope he go see the right things and stand by him. But you see, the leader of the opposition, Sirena Cheriko Kodede, uno get for the tomorrow. Uno get for the next tomorrow. Uno get for the next election, right? Because I know say somebody for challenge Cherikoko. I don't believe say Cherikoko for the other position again. After 15 years, the man don't slack. The man not real again. The fire we be get 10 years ago. 14, 13, 12 years ago, you not get a fire again. That tell us salon people. Honorable Cherikoko, now the man will be the chairman of the committee where they investigate the Ebola funds. Cherikoko do under former President Nkrumah. Cherikoko do salon people. But they make these things up. This one I'm talking so I don't say people's power go no more, and we'll go discuss this by Monday. We'll go deep into everything. Former President Nkrumah. And the reason that they will make it trust Cherikoko so much to the point where Cherikoko reached the level where he reached the party. They like it, they mean no say they're not happy. And when they talk to President Nkrumah, I don't know what's in their heart, but no say they're not happy for see what's in their happen. If Cherikoko be the chairman for the committee where investigate the Ebola, where the SRPP they are, now investigate the Ebola, Cherikoko chair that inside parliament. And go tell you say, well, that's in APC in power and I make na SRPP now because you get people who guys talk that nonsense day. Salon people Cherikoko was the chairman. Now under SLPP we see COVID money disappear, never rain like a breeze. Where breeze can just blow the money. Whether they buy SUV, whether this, that. Cherikoko what they call the parliament thing, what they call the standing orders. Under SO23, Lord left the constitution for self of Sierra Leone constitution because the SO, the standing orders of parliament, and the Bible back with the guide parliament. Under SO23, any member of parliament will ACR, we talk, what he talk there, like how the constitution say, I think now section 100, what he talk inside parliament, nobody, no courts, nobody know the ask and question. Under SO23, I'm protector. Cherikoko na in chair that committee against the Ebola funds. Remember, we can't even go to map, hey, that Ebola money don't come out. We all know, say, former President Kuruma make them very clear, and nobody not touch that money there. We all know, they like today, the two come out now. SLPP people inside Ali Kamara all I think I be AFRC spokesperson or so. One man the Cheriko could find they all guilty. This Charles Mambu, Tambasam, they all found them guilty inside that commission. They all want to be SLPP people there. Now they eat the Ebola money. Cheriko could chair that committee there. So now they tell me say this man, he know what he for do as a lawyer. He was very vibrant, very active. So like we will let Cheriko, we will for let succeed. Now make now we the call us so, but una no renting there. We don't read people like you say, oh, say read the constitution. They say, no, they read them. What's in the go read constitution for? If you not read, how you go know? What's in the responsibilities of members of parliament? Parliaments are supreme legislative authorities. Parliaments get power. Some people, we all into that poverty that they suffer. So you don't wake this morning, you know they for it. You sick, maybe for hospital. Some of una day, one day, some of una teeth they all don't pull out una mouth, una they suffer teeth to come on, but you for go see dentist. You know even about a dentist, even know that for go see for help you because all them problems they wanna they go through. The parliament responsible for 60 years of independence. The parliament, if we all Salon people we put our attention to parliament, nobody forget about the parliamentarian. Matter of fact, I want to call all attention and go to the constituencies them, especially then put local, locum sama, dobis, then sign the already the island them. Honorable, I don't forget your name now, but we don't talk to you, Honorable Abu. I think when you in that area today, people nothing they go on registration, they go on, go there, then I go down a constituency them. But some of the members of parliament say some Monday vacation self overseas. But if you didn't at all, you did right now. We may see on that time like this, me will be member of parliament. People they suffer with registration. I go vacation. To go and go on vacation. Me picking all man go understand because that work some work we don't get na sacrifice. They make till you die. Sorry, till you left the work. Going to till you die. If you're not the parliament, then you not get for do what you for do. Yeah, we don't come on a parliament. Nobody to go hold you responsible. But we don't become a parliamentarian. That's 24 hours a day in a job down there. We don't tell salon people they say they not for go big on our money. We know why we posting in foot art in working in foot to get cacto. Now where they go to the parliament. A school open so they want for go to a member of parliament. No, not to that country they want. We don't tell that point blank, right? We don't establish that fact there. Thank you, bro. I fix that. All right. I mean, but when I fix breakfast for me, so long as I sit down. If when I see this breakfast, so powerful. Lord have mercy. Anyways, I kind of was for the weekend. But yeah, so salon people, members of parliament, Cherikoko are very powerful figures. We not call Cherikoko a name because we hate them. They are not saying, hey, we don't like Cherikoko. No, Africa will go for left lek. Not to lek who they eat. Which would they eat? Na principles and procedures. We person get responsibility. You get a job for doing job. What are they so? If you pay person say this machine I can't fix me house now, this wall don't crack, can't fix her. We pay the machine what you want for the machine fix the crack. Now you make member of parliament, if the constitution say them for protect the constitution, member of parliament get the responsibility for protect the constitution. You know, member of parliament, you so then slap you, they want to go cry in a corner, no one can see it. So then this government here in the bulldoze we who side the constitution, like we communicate say who's part of the constitution say bulldoze the if I for put bulldoze in the constitution, I'll put her. That's anyway every government can all man they bulldoze. They get they don't become a law. But as long as bulldoze, they now lie. This parliament, especially the leaders of the opposition, they are lazy. Not for saying they don't know the law. Cheriko could know the law past myself. Because Cheriko could go school, he go law school. Me, I don't go law school one day. I know a lot of people say, Ibrahim, they do law. No, I don't want to do law. And I don't know if I go do law. But sometimes one day I go motivate myself for say I go law school. Each time I register. But for now, no, my priorities the my military career for now. I do I didn't do. Although my background very diverse. Where I go, my first school I go to Military College. From there I go IPA. So financial services, business studies, all that stuff. Then accounting, that was my thing. I loved accounting, economics. Oh man. All I need for now for open up an economics textbook today, they come back to me like water again, like a breeze. But I'm just saying all of these things, and people. Then we understand. Say Cherikoko and the members of parliament. This man, a lawyer, I go school, he read, he sabi. Cherikoko know what he talk, he know what he talk. But he left una. Well, I didn't say he left una because Salome the thing don't see now that the people, the politics is at the end of the people now. The politician is sit down quietly. And I didn't say Cherikoko sit down quietly, but the people they go after themselves, they go after themselves, they go after themselves. I don't really say nothing is done at the country. What's on the day? Light study, the healthcare not better, we begin in the suffer, we get highest maternal mortality rate, women and they go born and they die, we get highest infant mortality rate, picking in the die in the country. Now we left out refer to say we will talk against parliamentarian or politician, one civilian come out we something they give 500,000 or 1 million euros. Or somebody will just want for praise and worship no more. A can attack. So we make the politicians they're not even able to come and get the space for come and conversate and talk. So they say they sit on and watch, then they wait for whether they can talk for me, whether they can talk for me, whether they can talk for me. Now so the country on there now. And make nothing of they happen. And I'll go for the pan. When I mark me word, we don't go there again in the next 60 years old. But generations here on board, they get for a year or you there one day. That's so they get for say the same thing. For 120 years now with democracy young. 60 years, they say the democracy young. 60 years, Singapore left, we don't go. Singapore now will be poor like a waiting. Like it Singapore, the first world country. Singapore now one of the cleanest country. Go there. Now the leaders them be team up. And now make Cherikoko there. Now they for protect the constitution. Cherikoko for all the Marabio administration to ransom. We see everything would happen. If this man not sell out to the opposition, African Express, Chernobyl, publication after publication, Chernobyl, the pull and Cheriko could not one day take SO23 for team up na parliament. Say, Mr. Speaker, I stand under SO23. I want to open up an investigation into the office of the First Lady for this amount of money that has been transferred into a bank account. She's not supposed to receive money from the consolidated fund. Cheriko could get a power day. But also, Fatima Biorika, they be mayor, they attack mayor, they make all kinds of things. They watch and Cheriko could watch and they molest the mayor who belong to their own political party. Able for call Fatima Bio, able for call the ministers them with all the publications of the African Express. Take to the $10 million recently, so when Kanawe Kone, Mame Kone they eat na neck. Oh, no, see nothing them buy. They split the registration half and half. Cheriko could get the power for stopper. Yeah. Well, anyway, I've just said I talked to another small one today. But we'll go for open up this conversation here so later on. But when I keep this audio, when I pass it on to everybody, when I share it on myself, and we'll take it from there. I hope I make myself clear on some of those issues. Yeah. Everybody have a nice Saturday. The message along to Musla Bye bye, Ibrahim.